Hey Pisces, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having a good day. I'm going to see what wants to come out, check the past, present, future energy. If this does resonate, like, share and subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated. First card out, Knight of Cups. Feels like a time for resetting intentions. Something that wasn't possible is now possible. You've learned what you needed to know. It could have been quite chaotic, multiple different things. It feels like studying multiple different things, having your energy in lots of different places, lots of eggs, lots of baskets, trial and error. It feels like it's been messy, a lot of mistakes made. Others may see this as failure. It's like you've been collecting knowledge along the way. You've been collecting skills along the way. Now it's time to refine everything that you've learned and put it into action, to reset, to start again. It's not a case of giving up. It's just a case of slowing down. Like, it's never too late. Yeah, it's time to commit. The advice is to commit, to make this your first priority, whatever this is. It feels like a dream, something you've been working on, creating a lifestyle, creating something bigger than you, something for the long term. This has the potential to create generational wealth, to set up something for future generations. Maybe some of you is like wanting to retire your family or build something, set something up so that you can give back to your family, your community in some way. This is going to be possible, but it means a big commitment. It means you doing the easy thing. It means you doing the hard thing, not the easy thing. Take care of yourself as you're moving through this. It feels like you're taking a lot on, having a lot of responsibility. Try maybe being the provider for many people, or wanting to fix many people's situations. Be the solution. You may feel like it's down to you to be the solution for multiple different people, but it's like, what about you? There's something about new love coming in. Or if you're already in a relationship, making sure you're prioritizing this. It's like things don't blossom by accident. There needs to be a balance to things. It's like you can't enjoy what you're building if you're burnt out. You can't do something at the best of your ability if you're burnt out, if you're in anxiety. Make sure you're filling your cup. Also, make sure you're enjoying yourself. It's like there's a time to work, there's a time to play. Maybe making work more playful. This is going to help. It's like the more you balance out your emotions, the less you're attacking something. It's like, are you fighting? It's like if you're fighting to create something, you're asking to continue fighting. There's an opportunity here to shift, to do something from a parasympathetic place, to do something. It's like that feminine energy. Let go for a minute. It's like there's time to take action, but the action's going to be cleaner. There's going to be a better outcome depending on where you're at taking that action. It's like you can get things done, but there's a way of getting things done where you can also thrive. It's like take a minute to reflect, see what you can tweak, see what you can change. Maybe there's some things you can let go of to create more time for relationships. Maybe it's in a case of employing someone or getting help, asking for help. There may have been something there where it's been difficult for you to accept help, ask for help in some way. It feels like healing the feminine. How you see one more. Yeah, the Empress, the Hermit. Nurturing that motherly energy, that's what's coming through. I'm seeing a magical course in tarot, the Empress, the nursemaid. Some of you could be into herbology or like natural methods when it comes to health, vitality, thriving. It feels like you're already being asked to look into yourself, to look into nature, to learn from nature. It's like there's seasons for things. nature rests. Like there's a time to rest, there's a time to that rebirth energy. Feels like mastering flow state. It feels like you're proud of yourself. You can see the changes you're making, how far you've come when it comes to the way you're reacting, the way you're treating yourself, caring for yourself. It feels like self-love's been a priority, self-care is a priority, or you're working to make it so. Keep filling your cup. Things are naturally closing out, people, situations. Things are fading away from your life. It's like only look back to see how far you've come. You don't need to focus on what's leaving, but focus on filling your cup. If there's something that makes you feel empty, something that makes you feel alone, it's like remember we're never truly alone. Be your own best friend at this time. You asked for change. Tower, the Fool, the High Priestess. It's like not just asking for change, it's creating a change. It feels like this has been the only focus. Something you wanted to achieve, a lifestyle shift, a shift within yourself. You set out to create this new beginning. Feels like relentless energy, that you wasn't going to take no for an answer. You've done what you needed to do, whatever it took. Feels like you've had to go deep within yourself to shift your circumstances, that it hasn't been pretty, but something, it's like as much as it hasn't been pretty, it's still beautiful, that beautiful disaster kind of energy. It's like how the best artwork usually comes from the emotions of like some kind of emotional turmoil, or that expression, being able to portray some kind of feeling. It's giving the qualities that would be needed for like an actress or an actor. Understanding all emotions, being able to surf through all emotions, feel all kind of things, being able to switch, shift, shape shift, do what you need to do to move forward. It feels like you've really tried all ways around things. That thing of many different paths to the top of the mountain. It feels like you could have gone around all paths, all different ways, to see what works for you. You've got the answer now. It's like now you've seen what works and doesn't. It's like you can throw out what doesn't, keep what does, and move forward, taking everything into consideration. If you're wondering what way to go, or the best way to do something, it's like do the thing that makes you feel most grounded, that makes you feel most balanced, that's best for your mental. Be mindful of what you ask for, because some of you, it's like you could have asked to be in a better place, asked for some kind of healing in terms of mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and then get into a place where you're thriving and doing something in terms of business or in terms of something physical. And then now this being the main goal, be mindful not to sacrifice yourself, what you once prayed for. It's like praying to heal your heart, to be feeling good, to be thriving in good health. And then maybe playing with the idea of risking that in order to fulfill something. Be mindful of why you're saying yes to opportunities. Is it because it's genuinely right for you? Or is it at the sacrifice of yourself? Is it because you don't want to let someone else down? Tune in. There's always another way of doing something. It feels like you can find yourself turning down opportunities that you once prayed for. And this does feel like because maybe once you would have sacrificed yourself or done what you thought was right, even if it didn't feel right, because it was logically right or there was some expectation put upon you. The Emperor. It's like you've gone down this road before. There's a certain way of working that doesn't suit you, whether it's in a certain environment, a certain way of doing something, whatever it is. There's a certain way of working that may have burnt you out, that may have put you in ill health or caused some kind of stress in the past. You've seen how, it's like, just because you can do something, just because you got the ability to take action, doesn't mean you should necessarily do so. There's a difference between getting out of your comfort zone and completely obliterating yourself. And there's something here about, don't just take the first opportunity because of some fear that it's going to be the only one. Remember that it's only you that's going to pick up the pieces of how you're feeling after you commit to something. It's like, of course we have to do things that maybe we don't want to do, things that are uncomfortable. But be mindful that you're doing that because you feel guided to, or intuitively, or you really feel like it's right for you. Not just because out of some kind of fear of disappointing yourself. Because it feels like maybe this is stemming from a need to prove yourself. It's like you don't need to prove anything. Even in terms of what others think, maybe you are worried about what others think if you turn something down or if you let someone down. Be mindful why you're making your decisions, because it's like you don't need to put yourself through something here. You made a decision to celebrate, that you wouldn't go through something again, wouldn't be treated a certain way again. It's like being treated like shit by a manager in a certain field, leaving that behind. Maybe it affected your emotional health, physical health, whatever. Getting on top of your health, going after your own dream, and then an opportunity coming in that kind of is similar to what you've come out of, but feeling like it's worth putting yourself through some kind of mistreatment or disrespect. And it doesn't have to be in a serious way, it could be the slightest thing, because it wasn't worth it for whatever you were doing back then, but it is worth it for your dream. Your dream is possible without you compromising yourself, without you going back through some kind of emotional turmoil. Do what makes you feel good, follow the feeling. There's an easier way there's an easier way to go around something, to go about something. It may mean traveling. Remember what you asked for and how you wanted it to feel. The sun. The moon, the chariot, 9 of cups, the sun. This is a dream come true. There's this message of comfort coming through, like it's okay. You can feel like you're letting yourself down. Be mindful of this not being some childhood programming, some kind of inner child wound that's where you're going to put yourself through something that actually doesn't feel right because of misinterpreting an opportunity as a once in a lifetime kind of thing. It's like feeling like this has been God sent, angel sent, and that you're disrespecting your guides, you're disrespecting yourself, you're disrespecting your dream by turning something down. It's like that's not the case. You're honouring yourself by turning this down, or honouring yourself by saying yes to it. Just either way, make sure you're honouring yourself, doing truly what's right for you. There's always another way. It's never too late. It's time to make a decision. It's like not making a decision, sitting on the fence is going to cause anxiety. It's like living in it's like worrying about something that hasn't happened. Means that your body, your mind is physically reacting to some kind of stress. It's like a deer daydreaming all day about being eaten like by a lion. It's like the deer's now gone through the emotions of being attacked over and over and over again, when it might not ever happen. But it's more likely to happen if the deer stays there thinking about it. It's like, instead of sitting worrying about making the right decision, make a decision and stick to it. Because once you've actually made the decision and you're fully in the belief that you've made that decision and it's final, you'll soon know if you've made the right one or not. So maybe make the decision and affirm it in the mirror or write it down before you confirm it with whoever you need to confirm it with. Transformation, death, King of Swords. It's like, say what you got to say. Remember, this is your story, this is your adventure, this is your life. You're the narrator, you're the creator. You decide what you want to do and what's right for you. Some communication is going to be coming in that's actually going to help you to move forward. It feels like an opportunity. You could be turning down one opportunity and then something else comes in. But it means letting go. Letting go of the idea that you're letting yourself down or letting anyone down in the first place. This is a new life, new world, new energy. Something you've set out to create. Feels like you could be hard on yourself. King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Justice. It's like, you know, when we're doing something for so long that it's like our body can run without us actually knowing that it's running. Like riding a bike, running a marathon. After so long, it's like your legs will just go, your brain will just switch off. It's like the body can keep going. It feels like you've been doing something so long that your body's just going. It may be time to take a minute and reflect. You could be running on autopilot because of being so tunnel vision on a goal. It's like, how are you feeling? Make space for you, create time for you, especially with this new love coming in. It's time to confront your own fears when it comes to moving forward. It's time to transform. You've earned the right to see a little more of life's magic. 16, the raven, the butterfly, transformation. Be mindful of what part of the journey you're in. Are you in the cocoon stage? Are you ready to take flight? Is something ready to be put out there? Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Elk medicine, stamina. It does feel like having to confront your fears, having to confront the bigger picture and face this transformation head on. Do what you can to shift. It's also something coming through about being available to love. I think this come up, was it off Eucas or the Kathy read this come up? It's like, are you available emotionally? 22, Yael. And number 6, Lelahel. Whoever is born under his rule has a spirit marked by the principle of change, because he knows that nothing is permanent and that not a moment in life should be wasted. Original and exotic in thought and action, he is often seen as being mad or superstitious. He has philanthropic ideas, is generous and cannot stand human suffering, always working for the common good. He feels the need to travel and to get to know other mysterious countries, an excellent medium. He is consulted by people who, believing in his abilities, seek happiness through his predictions and premonitions. And number 6, page 15. Blessed with great idealism and balance, he has the strength to prevent evil, always quick to help people in need. He makes sacrifice through acting without self-interest. He can sometimes lack willpower. It is possible for him to leave the battleground, although he tries to be master of himself. The symbol which he is associated is the snake that bites its own tail, as a symbol of rebirth. He feels the protection of God in the angelic world and is able to make strong psychic contact. He receives messages by tuning into the world of the spirits, and he can even move objects through the power of the mind. He is able to develop concepts sent to him from an astral plane and simplify knowledge he has obtained from study of traditional texts, so that more people can understand the beauty of the sciences of the angels, planet Neptune. Reasons for invoking: to cure illnesses of spirit, to help us avoid being overambitious, to help us reflect, to protect us from wicked people. Unfounded fear, focusing on worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. It does feel like having a little reset, taking some time to pamper yourself, to get back into your own energy, a day of doing nothing, guilt-free rest, treating yourself to something, taking yourself on a date, whatever it is that makes you feel good. The resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, something's over and done with. It's like you've been victorious, you've been successful at transmuting whatever this is. The desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. 2, 2, 2 again. You could be seeing lots of 2s. It's like something's going to happen quicker than you realize. You're closer to something than you realize. It's just like get a better view. Release, number 13. Let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively. Sudden or unexpected changes. Intellectual, determined, focused, and impulsive. Time to take action. A new relationship or emotional experience. Invitations to social events. A compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and experienced. It's like take off the weight. It's time to take it off. I'm seeing someone take off a robe. It's like letting go of this old skin, the shedding, releasing something, hanging up the hat. It's like it's time to let it go. It's time to hang it up. It's time to peel off these old stories, to fully surrender, to give yourself up to this new version of yourself. Be grateful, you have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. The Star. Strength. Feels like really having the confidence and the trust in yourself to be vulnerable, to open yourself to situations, to follow your heart, to do what's right for you, say it with your chest. If it's a no, it's a no. If someone doesn't like it, that's their business. Do what's right for you and work through that. It's like, because some of you could be feeling like, oh, it's not worth having to face the guilt, or it's not worth having to face the feeling that comes with saying no, that it will be less hassle just to do what you don't want to do than have to go through letting someone down and the feelings that come with that. It's time to like master those feelings so you can get to a place where you can turn things down, say no, do what you need to do without feeling like taking on other people's feelings or feeling responsible for that. The more you do this, the easier it will get. It's like if you start to feel away, be kind to yourself, remind yourself you don't need to feel like that. It's like the only way out is through. Take a minute to slow down, meditate, go for a walk, do something fun, get into your body, some kind of somatic practice, so that you can make a decision. It really does feel like decision time. It's time. There's something bigger out here for you. New people coming in, some kind of community. Yeah, the Star. Four of Wands. Hierophant. Time to answer the call. Some of you could have put yourself out there and then run back into hiding. It's like you've already done this once. You've done it once, you can do it again. It didn't work the first time. It maybe doesn't mean it's not going to work at all. It's like you've got to believe wholeheartedly in what you're doing. And it feels like that's been a lesson here. Like seeing how you could maybe deceive yourself or some kind of self-sabotage, limiting beliefs getting in the way. It's not easy to face, but it's easier once faced. It's an important time to guard against being over-opinionated or pushy. Let go of that which is causing you inner turmoil. Now is a time for casting away emotions that no longer serve you. Yeah. Remain sensitive to others to avoid confrontation. Is that thing of when we suppress and that energy is just building up. Unconsciously we spit that out, that venom throughout the day. Maybe you're going to get something or you're going to buy something and somebody says something to you or looks at you in the wrong way or something happens and they get the brunt of that energy. That doesn't serve you. It's like be mindful of how you're feeling and why you're feeling how you're feeling so it doesn't leak out elsewhere. There's a lot of money coming in, something you've been taking action on or something you're about to take action on. It's like it feels like a continuation of something. It could be many different projects, or make time to focus on your own spiritual well-being and connect to the metaphysical around you, the metaphysical world around you, the cat. I'm going to leave it there. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you guys soon. Sending so much love.